A few words tonight regarding the ongoing foreclosure crisis, which is now happening in this country. These words come from Digby. I'll try to post a link to her website because it's kind of difficult to do, because you can't actually link to one of her particular articles. You have to scroll down and scroll down. The article I'm referring to, and which I will read here, is entitled "Held Hostage by John Galt." Now, many of you may not know who John Galt is. John Galt is a character in a novel by Ayn Rand. And if you don't know who Ayn Rand is, that would take probably another 10 videos to explain, but here it goes. We've heard quite a few lectures from political and financial elites these last couple of years about tough love and sacrifice and moral hazard. The Tea Party movement is ranting about irresponsibility of homeowners being bailed out by the government. The prevailing wisdom is that individuals, of course, must be held accountable for the failures. To do otherwise would encourage bad behavior in the future, and it would weaken the moral fiber of our nation. But oddly, when it's revealed that financial institutions have behaved irresponsibly and in some cases outright criminally, casting their own industry in disrepute, ruining countless lives and further destroying our economy, we're told that they cannot be held responsible or even be required to stop their irresponsible and criminal behavior because it will slow the recovery and the poor average worker will be hurt. We've been told this for 2 years now. Wave after wave of financial wrongdoing and malfeasance has been revealed, and that it is, of course, in our best interest and the interest of the country that we allow these big banks and their various affiliates to continue unmolested, lest something even worse happens. So here's the latest. The Security Industry and Financial Association issued a brief statement on Monday of this week, warning against growing calls to halt foreclosures nationwide. Tim Ryan, CEO of SIFMA, said that such an action would be catastrophic to the housing recovery. Furthermore, the damage will also extend to the average American wage earner, he said. It must be recognized that the mortgage market, investors, and the health of the entire economy are all interrelated, he added. Investors in the housing market, including American workers with pension funds, 401ks, and mutual funds, would unjustly suffer losses in their savings from these actions. You know, most people who are invested in 401ks and mutual funds have already lost a third of their value already, I'd like to add. But you see, we're supposed to trust these funds. Recently, several state attorneys, this is not federal, state attorneys general, started calling for a moratorium on foreclosures. Several large servicers are voluntarily doing this, suspending foreclosures for the time being, and citing that there is a need for a review of the documents. Allegations have surfaced that these foreclosure filings may actually be completely illegal. So, you know, you've got to love the idea that the average American should stand pat while the mortgage industry continues to defraud them so that they can protect their alleged investments in mortgage securities. I guess that there's a sucker born every minute. At some point, one would hope that this racket would become obvious to the American people, that they're being held hostage by the financial elites who insist that they be allowed to get away with murder, or they'll blow the whole place up and take everyone down with them. There was a quote here in this article also by Obama that goes, it's almost like they've got, he's talking about the financial industry, that they've got a bomb strapped to them and they've got their hand on the trigger. President Obama said on Thursday of the banks he's chosen to bail out. But at the same time, get this, he said, you don't want them to blow up, but you've kind of have to talk to them, ease that finger off the trigger. Now, I don't know if this isn't a mixed message, then I don't know what is. And another update on this subject, while you're shedding tears for the senior bondholders of securitization, keep this in mind. While the United States unemployment rate remains at 9.6%, these are just the official figures, which we all know are a lie, because people that have fallen off the unemployment rolls can't find jobs after their unemployment runs out. Those people aren't even, forget them, they're not even counted. So basically, the pay on Wall Street is likely to rise another 5 or 4%. To what? 144 billion, according to an estimate by the Wall Street Journal on their website, which, by the way, is restricted in terms of its access. Compensation for the big guys was expected to rise at 26 of the 35 biggest financial firms, the paper's reporters wrote, with the total payouts leaving 144 billion, a 4% increase from the year of 2009. So there you go. This is nothing more than financial blackmail. That's what I would call it. Good night.